Good evening, I'm Rachel Cook. Coming up in tonight's newscast is the Moynihan Report and the new Berks Jazz Festival.
And I'm Jeff DePalma with an update on all things sports. We also have Viviana Vidal with your Hollywood Minute.
And I'm Josh Watkins with your Kutztown weather forecast. Newsbreak begins now.
Am I good?
You good?
On March 18th, Kutztown hosted a discussion panel about the Moynihan Report. Newsbreak's own Viviana Vidal has a story.
The Commission on the Status of Minorities presented the Moynihan Report, 50 years later, a social, political, and historical forum at MSU 183 on Wednesday, March 18th. In March 1965, the Negro family, or the Case for National Action, known as the Moynihan Report, was leaked to the press and sparked massive controversy regarding the issues of black poverty and how the absence of a nuclear family impacted economic and political equality. The panel discussions, which ran on hourly intervals, included a variety of individuals, from professors to CEOs and a couple of mayors from the surrounding areas. Each panel focused on a different aspect of the report and evaluating if the issues from the past were still relevant today. The forum focused on gaining perspective on said issues and fostering critical discussion between panelists and audience members.
I was very interested. They drew in a lot of points on some of like the cultural, the structural dynamics of our communities as a whole, really drawing on to African Americans in general and a very common struggle that you don't even have to really go into a ghetto to see. You can go into any community and you can notice this as a very deep-rooted problem.
You come in with a perspective already about an individual, you already have dehumanized them. And to me, that's a part of criminalization. Not that you've criminalized a person, you've actually criminalized yourself.
Tools, we have the resources. We've come a long way. We have a long way to go. But if we're willing to be brave and have these kind of conversations, I think we're going to make it the rest of the way.
From the McFarland Student Union, I'm Viviana Vidal reporting for Newsbreak.
And now we're going to send it over to Viviana for this week's Hollywood Minute.
Thanks, guys. Directioners, brace yourselves. One Direction is going in two directions. You heard me correctly. One Direction fans are mourning the official exit of Zayn Malik, but fear not, for the show must go on. Yesterday, the band released a statement via Facebook stating, after 5 incredible years, Zayn Malik has decided to leave One Direction. Niall, Harry, Liam, and Lewis will continue as a four-piece and look forward to the forthcoming concerts on their world tour and recording their 5th album. Zayn wished his bandmates the best of luck. In other news, Bloomsburg University student-athlete Joey Castleberry was kicked off the baseball team after tweeting an offensive slur towards Little League World Star Series Monet Davis. The tweet was in regards to the loss Davis' team faced against Nevada in the Little League World Series. Bloomsburg announced Castleberry's termination via Twitter, stating, Bloomsburg University is deeply saddened by what was written about #Monet Davis by one of our student athletes. His words do not represent us. Davis acknowledged the incident and wrote a letter to the president of Bloomsburg requesting Castleberry's reinstatement, but the university stands behind their decision. That's all I have for you this week. Now back to the desk.
You know, I believe if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah, but you know what I like? She was able to be the bigger person to try to tell Bloomsburg that he can stay on the team. I think that's something they need to do.
That's true. We'll be right back after these messages.
Kutztown University, the place you chose to spend your college days. Friendships began, memories were made, and dreams achieved on graduation day. Time moves on, new faces come and go, but one thing remains: you can always come back home.
Rachel, we finally got through all the cold, and then it decides to rain.
Josh, do you have any more info for us?
Guys, I always got the info. How's it going, guys? Josh Watkins with your weather forecast. Today's weather was not too great. Warm, but we had clouds and rain most of the day. Tonight, it'll be a pretty warm night, some clouds, but the moon will be out. Tomorrow, it's gonna rain. That's just all I have to tell you about that. Looking at your weekend forecast coming up, Sunday's gonna be a pretty cold day, temperatures 35 down to 20 with clouds, but Monday should really bring out that sun with a pretty high temperature. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are gonna be clouds and sun, but the temperatures are gonna be pretty similar through the day, so hopefully next week will be the real start of spring. That's it for your weather forecast. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Josh. Been thinking about your future lately? On April 2nd in the MSU NPR building, there will be a KU internship and a job fair from 12 to 3 p.m. A vast amount of employers will be there waiting for students' applications from any and all majors. Remember to bring a hard copy of your resume with you and dress to impress. On Friday, March 28th at 7:30 p.m., Kevin Urbanks will be opening the Berks Jazz Fest in the Schaefer Auditorium. Kevin is most known for performing jazzy guitar on The Tonight Show, leading the band until Jay Leno hosts. Tickets will be $28, $15 for students, and $10 for KU students. Tickets can be purchased at the MSU Information Center with cash or check, or credit cards at www.kutztownpresents.org. Don't miss your chance to register for the 24th Running of the Fools run. Taking place this Saturday, the event's proceeds will be beneficial to helping the Optimist Club and the Donald Peters Memorial Scholarship Fund. With the help of the event, they will be able to continue the funding toward well-deserving students with scholarship assistance. Registration begins at 8:30 and the race will begin at 9. Good luck!
Sounds like a lot of fun. Are you going to get involved?
No, when I go for a run for 2 minutes, I forget something at home. I forget I can't run more than 2 minutes.
Well, don't run, you guys don't run, because when I come back, I'll have an update on Kutztown athletics. Stay tuned.
If you're anything like me,
If you're anything like me,
you have some interest in communications. And electronic media is what it's all about. Whether you're interested in radio, television, video cameras, lighting, directing, screenwriting, or any type of editing at all, you know it's all some form of storytelling.
Kutztown University does a great job making us understand the importance in that.
Your first semester here, you're taking classes that are also workshops, and before you know it, you begin creating.
The courses here get equipment in our hands right away and give us a realistic feel to what a profession would be like.
You're shooting video, recording audio, and truly producing something of your own.
Our professors provide us with all the tools necessary to become a professional.
We have a fully equipped studio and a control room,
2 Mac labs, multiple editing suites,
P2 cameras, DSLRs,
lighting and grip kits, and audio recording studios.
It motivates us to really learn by making the education a fun experience.
You work together with other students throughout the process and learn how to collaborate within a group, which is important.
The industry demands working with others.
In order to fulfill the major, the students have to complete an internship.
Normally our last semester before graduation, the staff helps you line up an internship that requires a minimum of 30 hours a week.
We're basically working a full-time job and in a realistic setting, working with professionals and learning the field firsthand.
It's a networking opportunity as much as a job opportunity.
Kutztown stands out a lot in that way. Not many other schools require such a thing, and it's a great experience.
The students carry and represent the school's name, and it's neat to become a part of such a good reputation.
That reputation influences our job search. Employers know our school and know what we are capable of.
So if you're thinking of where to spend your next 4 years of college and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
think about how worthwhile of an experience you want.
Think about the electronic media department at Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
Hey guys, welcome back, because it's that time once again to deliver all those stats and stories in KU athletics. This past Tuesday, the men's baseball team took on Westchester in a doubleheader in what would end up being a high-scoring game. In the first matchup, Kutztown found themselves down 10-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Kutztown found that spark of offense, though, and started racking up the hits. KU knocked in 6 straight singles to trail 10-6 with 1 out. Brandon Hickey, Brady Carreras, and Brandon Cholish each had an RBI during the run. They would unfortunately fall, though, just shy and lose 10-8. In the night game, Kutztown took control of it in the 5th inning when McNabb hit a bases-clearing double, and then Mathew Armour finished up the run with an RBI single for this 9-3 lead. Kutztown was able to take advantage of all the Westchester errors to take this one 9-5 and avoid the sweep. KU will return to action this Friday against Mansfield. The women's lacrosse team found themselves in a matchup with 16th ranked Westchester as well in the Lax for Life game. Kutztown fell into a 9-1 hole after the first half of play, and with 4 minutes left in the first period and holding a man advantage, KU's Madison Carlucci found Taylor Stone for her 6th goal of the year. The second half would be more the same, though, as Westchester piled on 5 more goals to win 14-5. The second half scores for the Golden Bears were Lauren Huggins and Kelly Serpy, who notched their 2nd goals of the year, followed by Sarah Gabriel netting her team-high 11th on the year, and Carlucci recorded another of her own. Abby Cox played tough as she recorded a career-high 17 saves. KU will hit the road this Friday to try and rebound against Edinburgh. Well, that's all I have for tonight, guys. Log on to KUBears.com and check back in Tuesday night to stay updated on everything KU athletics.
That's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you next Tuesday. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter.
For Rachel, Viviana, Josh, and the rest of the crew, good night.